football or the Gold's Gym STL Football Player of the Week. Now, these are the weekly performances that took place throughout the season. And these individuals were outstanding for their particular weeks. And I really don't believe that a lot of these weeks were even close. Some of these statistics were astronomical, were mind-blowing. We had to get verification on a few of these. Some of them were NFL-type numbers. So we are extremely proud of the hard work that these guys have put in, because that just shows the dedication that they have in the summertime, paying that price to make sure that their name would have been mentioned. And week one, I mean, this is ridiculous here. This guy, Armand Keeley, had 16 carries for 262 yards. That is 16.4 yards every time he touched the ball. That's crazy. He had 3 receptions, 34 yards. That's 11.3 yards every time he touched the ball. He had 296 total yards, and he had 2 solo tackles and 6 assists. If they didn't carry him off the field, something is completely wrong. Can you put your hands together for Armand Keeley as he comes forward? Week 2 was another ridiculous performance from Pattonville High School. He was 31 completions on 39 attempts for 406 yards and 3 touchdowns, which is ridiculous. That's just crazy. Lamar Wilkes, is he here? He is being represented by his coach, Corey Lewis. Performances like that have to have a coach that know what he's doing. Week 3 from Washington High School, 12 carries, 336 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This is the one we had to verify. This is astronomical. 336 yards was a new single game school record from Washington High School in his absence. Kyle Summers, it was week 3, player of the week. He's not here. And we understand it. The weather was really bad out there and he couldn't make it. Week 4, another astronomical statistic. 5 total touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 rushing, 280 yards in the air. From Hazelwood Central High School, Mike Glass. Put your hands together. You know the scary part about this guy is that he has 1 more year. Week 5 from Trinity High School, 6 total touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 passing, 1 receiving. He had an interception return. He had over 300 total yards. Oh, that's crazy. Out of Trinity High School, Corey Patterson. Give him a hand. He's in his absence. Week 6, out of Vianney High School, 41 carries, 541 yards, 7 touchdowns. He set the Missouri single game rushing record. Wow. Markel Smith. But he wasn't alone that week. From Hazelwood East. Right. 6 returns for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. 13 rushing for 174 and 2 touchdowns. 3 catches for 32 yards. 538 all-purpose yards. 5 total touchdowns. I didn't even have to call his name. He already knew it. Give it up for Jimmy Jones. That's crazy. Man, y'all. Yeah. So they were co-winners in week 6. Week 7, out of Ridner High School, 25 rushes, 283 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He passed for 14 completions out of 25 attempts for 179 yards and a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Devin Alexander. Every time I read these stats, oh man, we're gonna have to check a few of these out again. Week 8, out of Duchesne, this kid had 29 carries for 332 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he had 1 2-point conversion. He had 2 receptions for 46 yards, 9 tackles, and 4 assists. Trevor Corver, in his absence. Give him a hand. And out of DeSmet, 19 rushes for 242 yards and a state record of 8 touchdowns in the first half. In the first half. He came up, but I wasn't finished comprehending in the first half. Give it up for Marcus Jester. Hey man, did they carry you off the field? They should have. Jiminy Christmas. Outstanding athletes. Give them a round of applause. They are the epitome of hard work and dedication. That's all right, you can stand up for them. They deserve it. Good job. And now, this next award is pretty dear to my heart. I love the hard work that these kids did. Goes Jim Award, and they deserve it. And there is nothing more gratifying than someone recognizing your hard work. And sometimes we don't support the kids enough and telling them that those times you went out and sweated and you came back in excruciating pain. You persevered. You were determined. Good job. And not just a good job because you scored that touchdown and you won that game, but that's a game that is extremely reminiscent of life. And if you quit in a football game, you'll quit on your wife. You quit on your team, you'll quit your family. And so these young men up here that persevered and that toughened it out, because all of these teams were not undefeated teams, but these kids persevered and they kept at it. And that makes a good man in the end. And so Junior National Elite finalist epitomizes that. It's not only the grit on the football field, but it's the grind in the classroom as well. It's not just how fast you can run and how high you can jump, it's how many pages you can turn in a book as well. And so the criteria for this was not just those ridiculous statistics. Oh my God, 8 touchdowns in the first half. Phenomenal. But this also exemplifies and expresses the intelligence that they had to have in the classroom. And that's what we want. That's what we're all about. We love football, but football was just the hook, the bait to get them on the hook. In our essence, what we're doing here is praising them for what they're doing in the classroom. And ultimately, that's what we want to perpetuate, the academics of this whole thing. So, to help me out here on the 6th grade, we have 4 categories, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then high school. And they had to have a 3.0 or above. They also had to give an essay. That essay had to consist of what they wanted to be when they grow up and what did football mean to them. And how would you correlate football and life? How would you bind them two together? And we got some phenomenal responses, very impressive responses. So to help me, or to help us, give the 6th grade award, we've got the DeVita Dialysis Foundation. You're going to come up with Brendan Gregory and Sterling Finney to give this award. The 6th grade nominees are Jonathan Edwards of Ladue Rams, James Frenchie Jr., Matthew Dickey, Golden Dog. Give him a hand. He's on his way. And Cameron Yancey of Webster Grove Junior Station. Here's the fun part. And the winner is Cameron Yancey, Webster Grove Junior Station. I would like to acknowledge a sponsor of these awards as well. Dillard's has presented each winner with a gift card. $75 gift card. Good job. Appreciate it, fellas. Outstanding work. Give them another hand. And now for the 7th grade. For the 7th grade, we have Sterling Finney will be presenting the 7th grade Junior National Elite finalists. First, we have Antoine Glasper, Madison Eagles. We have Anton Wilhite of University City Lions. I thought I saw him earlier. And we have Isaiah Williams of Herbert Hoover, the future. Now the fun part. And the winner is Isaiah Williams, Herbert Hoover, the future. Give both of these young men a hand. Outstanding work. For the 8th grade, can you handle all of that? For the 8th grade, Junior National Finalist Student Athlete Award, we've been so gracious to be partners with the EMIC Foundation. They have helped us tremendously. And we don't know how far in this we would be without them. And to present this award, Ms. Camille Emick will come up. The first nominee for the 8th grade Junior National Elite Student Athlete Award is Caleb Ellaby, University City Lions. The second nominee for the Junior National Elite Student Athlete Award finalist is Bobby Matthews. Matthew Dickey, boys, Bulldogs. And the third nominee for the Junior National Elite Student Athlete of the Award finalist is Christian Perez, St. Louis University High Saints. And the winner goes to Christian Perez, St. Louis University High. Congratulations. So now I bring to you as they come to the stage, Devin Alexander, Roderick Johnson, in their absence, Lamar Wilkes Jr., Dylan Bowman, and Andy Bauer. I would like to just toss in there the gratitude that we as Junior National Elite staff have. Each one of these kids, they took time out of their day like yesterday to give back to kids at the Urban League. And that was a tremendous statement to a bunch of national recruits who don't have to do anything for anybody, but they took the time out to give back, and that's commendable. So now, the winner of the Junior National Elite Student Athlete finalist in the high school division is Roderick Johnson, Hazelwood Central, offensive tackle. That's a big boy.
We look like some little kids.
Once again, Dillard's has come through with a $100 gift card. You just don't hear it anymore nowadays, but that giant right there is so soft-spoken. Yes, sir, thank you. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Oh, it's tremendous. I love them. I love them. Now, at this time, I'm going to ask, no, I guess I get to do the honors. Or are you going to do the honors? Oh, see, here we go. I'm doing good. I have to say that the older I get, the more I see and appreciate greatness. And I see and appreciate, and by greatness, I don't mean that you're on the mountaintop and you're the greatest ever, but by greatness, I mean you have maximized your strengths, recognized your weaknesses, and you've made a journey pretty much that other people wouldn't want to make. And so this young man that I am so honored to have sat and talked with briefly, I know his dad, but I've never met him until tonight, defines that definition. He is a 10th grader at Hazelwood West High School. He is the CEO and president of Bledsoe Technologies, 3-year-old company, and he is, I'm gonna put it out there, $3.5+ million. He is a phenomenal businessman as well as a phenomenal person. Just his conversation, for what he has accomplished and his worth, had no conceit in it. He had no heightness in his attitude. He was as down to earth and as humble to be here as any of the kids that won these awards. And that is the prime reason why we are honored to have him to speak to the kids who are striving to do what he do. We talked about his schedule, and I got tired listening to him. And he's a sophomore, but the grind, the determination to reach a goal that he set is there. And so we are honored to have him to come and speak to not just kids, but some of us grown people need to listen to this too. We ain't in church, but if you can't say amen, say ouch. So with no further to do, it is my honor and everyone at Junior National Elite, it is our honor to bring to you on this night, Jalen Bledsoe. Give him a hand clap as he comes.
God, thank you guys so much for having me here. And for those of you who are awarded tonight, come see me in 10 years if you need an agent, you know? I got you. But first off, I want to thank God for where I am today. Without him, I wouldn't be anywhere. So like as he said, I'm the CEO president of Bledsoe Technologies LLC, a leading IT consultation company in the Midwest. I'm a president of the board of National Youth Rights Association in Washington, D.C., junior board member of Independent Youth, a nonprofit organization here in St. Louis that promotes youth entrepreneurship. Story about me. Parents were 16 when they had me. Most people see that as, oh, you'll be another statistic because of that. I saw struggle in my household when I was younger, and I saw greater for me. When I lived with my mom for, 14 years, and I saw struggle. I think we were on welfare for many years, and most people would say, oh, well, that leads me on the path of going nowhere because my parents didn't do well. But for me, I said, forget what other people say, because I'm moving forward. Third grade, I was admitted into Hazelwood School District's gifted education program called Galactic. Third grade, I was doing word processing, computer documents, spreadsheets. By fifth grade, I was doing video editing and music production in class. Fifth grade. I was learning things in my public school system people weren't learning in private schools. I took what I had in public school and I made it something. People, as adults, don't have the skills that I had in fifth grade. I was making resumes for my family in fifth grade or sixth grade. Resumes. Now, by the time I was in sixth grade, I went to Miami to visit my grandma who moved there, and Borders was closing down, so they had a big sale on books. The books were probably 95% off the original price. Normal kid goes there and buys Spider-Man comic books, origami tutorials. I went there and went to the computer section and bought probably 40 books in coding, HTML and design and all that stuff. Within a year, I was making $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $60 an hour. By the end of sixth grade year, I was making $100 an hour on family projects. Simply on web design, which is basic at that time. I saw a lot of money in that. I mean, a kid in sixth grade making $100 an hour, hey, can't complain. Later that year, I started a company called Businessman's IT Solution. That was sixth grade, guys, come on. It's gonna be as basic as it can get. I went to the bank, opened up an account. He told me, he said, you're too young. I've been in his office for about an hour before he realized I was 13 years old. No, I was 11 years old at the time. I didn't have a mustache though, but still. But he said, you're 11, yeah, you're too young to have a bank account here on your own. Come back with your parent and we'll help you out. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to, I'm very self-minded in terms of being a youth who wants to move forward in life. Being shot down because of my age it was something I didn't like. Well, I know you make more money than some adults out there at sixth grade, but still can't have an account here. that hurt me almost in a sense. So I went online, Googled business attorney St. Louis. First attorney I found, I called him. I said, hi, I'm 11 years old, I want to start a company, can you help me out? I can't afford it, but can you work with me? I met with him a week later. He said, yeah, come to my office, we'll meet, we met. He said, you know what? You do my website, and I'll give you unlimited legal services, as long as you need it. Thank God. I think about it, 6 months in, I was working in his office, I was helping him with some spreadsheets for a client, and I saw his hourly rate, and I almost had a heart attack. $300 an hour. That's cheap for an attorney. But kind of shows that in life, you may have a setback, but there's no reason you can't move forward because of that. You have someone over on the right, the left, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, who will help you out moving forward. I had a dream and I wasn't letting that go. That attorney, I think a year later, we started Blood Technologies LLC. I own 100% of it. No outside investors. My dad's on the contract as a guardian, not as an owner. Amazing. I was gracious. I mean, when I got that paper and it said 100 units, limited liability corporation in the state of Missouri, I was glad because everyone around me helped me in some way. Because of that, at that point in time, I'm here where I am today because I started a company in 2012, officially March 10th. April 26th, I was speaking at the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame, awarding multi-billionaires. Today, I'm here speaking to you guys on motivation. On that stage, I was saying, and it's time to open your checkbooks. Our goal was $200 million in the night. Can you guys do that for me? Oh, in the audience, they actually did it, but I got into the professional speaking at 12 years old, officially. And I presented Scott Schnook, he's the CEO of Schnucks, as a mentor that day. I presented him as an awardee, but he also became my mentor. And by the way, if you got caught up in the Schnucks credit card scam, he's sorry for that. He's sorry. He was heartbroken, but that's to say, find your goal and your passion and find a mentor. Because of your age or they're of young age, someone will help you. After I met Scott Schnook on the stage and I gave him his award, he said, Jalen, call me and I'll give you a job. I called him, not needing a job, of course, but I said, can you be my mentor? Can we have lunch? He said, yeah, let's go out next week. After I leave DC to come back from St. Louis, we'll meet when I get back in town. We met, and he taught me so many skills that I probably wouldn't even be where I am today financially, per se, without him. He told me, because you're so young, you can take a risk. But if you get shot down of that risk, you can keep going. Now today I use a statement that I saw on TV recently. Don't let your setback cause you to sit back. While your people are making fun of you, prepare for your comeback. This is probably one of the best things that I can practice in my life. 15 years old, CEO, Blood Technologies LLC. People told me I couldn't do it 4 years ago. You're only a kid. You can't have a bank account here. And I have a corporate account with Commerce Bank with my name on it. And just last week, I'm working with a new nonprofit, Independent Youth, as a board member, and we're raising. I set a goal for myself to raise $500,000 in 4 weeks. So by end of December, starting in the beginning of December. And the week that I've been working on it, I'm leading this campaign. I've personally raised $250,000 in 1 week. I've closed a partnership with Google as a leading team of youth entrepreneurship for Google Global, and I've secured a deal with BET. God has been amazing in getting me there. Without God, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the blessing to bless you with what I've been blessed with. Because of my ability in fundraising for the last 2 weeks, I was looking to bring Jordan Sparks to one of our events in Atlanta in January. I said, hey, can you come to my event? She said, well, her manager said, well, you have to donate $50,000 to our charity for her to come to sing 3 to 5 songs. I said, that ain't happening. Especially I had Kamora Simmons on board for free, and she was nowhere near in comparison. But I called her mom back about 10 minutes later. I said, hey, I have experience in nonprofit development, president of the board in DC, flipped it into nonprofit, raising $500,000 in 4 weeks. I can help you guys out. She said back, in January, we're hiring you as a development director of fundraising for Jordan Sparks charity. Now let's go back to 5th grade. I had a goal to be the President of the United States. The first black one, but Obama ruined that one. But I had a goal to be president, ambition to move forward strongly. 3rd grade, I was introduced into technology. I conquered that. Now I'm moving into business development for celebrities at 15 years old. God had a path for me. I may not have seen it directly, but my ambition to move forward, my determination, like all of you guys in this room, you guys are in football. If I could play football, I would, but I can't do it. But you have ambition, you have dedication for something you love. Right now you guys are playing football. You may want to inspire to be professional football players on the NFL. Start preparing for an education, become a doctor or something, doctorate of football analysis. Is that a category? I don't know. Is that a degree? But you can make a doctorate out of anything now. But do that, play football for 4 or 5 years, make $200 million, then go lead the biggest corporation in America. Then retire at 40 if you want to. Or don't play football professionally and take some experience that you have now. So take your dedication, put that into an education, put that into a new career, and make a ton of money that way as well. I've seen so many kids who say, well, Jalen, I want to be a multi-millionaire who plays football for a living. And I say, honestly, the chance of that happening is 1 in a million. But I think, honestly, in this room, I can say it's like 1 in 100, right? Because the kids in this room, right? 1 in 100 after hearing those reports. I grew up around sports, and I don't show that. But my dad was a state champion in wrestling, all that stuff for 2 years, and all I heard growing up was, oh, you're Bledsoe. Is your dad Curtis Bledsoe? Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he was an awesome kid. Wrestling, I knew who he was. Do you wrestle? No. Why don't you? Well, I can't. Physically. Or more likely mentally, I don't want to do it, but I'm doing what I love now. And I had a goal, I followed it, I set my heart to it. Nothing can stop me now. Like I said, don't let your setback cause you to sit back. While people are making fun of you for failing or having that setback, prepare for your comeback. Because that person making fun of you was probably still set back 40 years now. I've learned to practice humility and humbleness in where I am, because when you succeed, you may see in the media Yeah, I just bought my new Porsche GT and I'm driving down Rodeo Drive in LA with my brand new gold wallet. That's possible, but yeah, you know, you have that a lot. And those people, in what, 40 years, they die because of a drug overdose. They die in car accidents. They fail. They go bankrupt. They go to jail for tax evasion. They become what they talked down about for so many years. But the humble people, you can be broke and come from Kinlock, like my family did, and be at the top. So I do want to thank you guys. I want to encourage you to keep moving forward. Like I said, football players, come talk to me now so I can get your information. We can get you a contract in 10 years. But as next on the chalkboard. But yeah, let's move forward. Follow your dreams. Don't give up. Don't let anyone talk you down. Your parents are going to help you out the most. Say thank you right now to everyone in the room. Tell your parents thank you for getting to this point. So I want to thank you once again for having me.
Come on, give him another hand. Tremendous. Wonderful example. Wonderful example. We would also like to thank STL Sports Productions for being here, televising this, and STL TV. For all of the student athletes, they will be interviewing you in the back at the conclusion of this. I'm going to bring up the CEO and president of STL Football U. It has been wonderful spending time with you, family. Let's do this again next year.
Did you guys enjoy this evening? One thing we want to leave you guys with here tonight, the Junior National League finalists, the Gold's Gym, STL Football, you guys, academics is first. If you leave here with one thing, we want you guys to understand that use football as a platform to get where you're trying to get in life. You know, this was brought on by personal experience from myself and other guys that helped me bring this organization to its existence. And, you know, we're just really pretty much trying to create a resource here for kids that, you know, this resource didn't exist 10 or 20 years ago. And so, again, when you guys leave here today, even the guys that did not win the award, you guys are still winners. Because at the end of the day, you guys have 3.0 GPAs. So, that puts you in line, you know, for academic scholarships and all kind of things from an academic perspective. So again, guys, when you leave here tonight, just understand that football is not everything. It's a part of your life, it's not your whole life. And if you use that as such, success will become easy at that point. And that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, we want you guys to understand that, you know, the academics is first. I want to bring Brandon Gregory up, Director of Football Operations. This guy here has, we've been through it. We've been through it. This is what you see, this is the finished product. But like Myron Fletcher said, we've had a lot of sleepless nights. We've had a lot of sleepless nights, you know, putting this whole thing together. And even next year, you know, we aspire for this to be even bigger and better than what it was this year. I also want to thank my wife for putting up with me, because I know she's getting pretty tired of seeing me on the phone and handling this type of business, but hopefully you can kind of see, you know, what this is really for. I'm going to turn it over to the Director of Operations, and, you know, he's going to close it out.
Once again, thank you guys, thank everybody for coming out. Athletes, everybody that came up here and received them awards. utilize us as coaches, as mentors, like you said. Sometimes you don't want to have the conversations with moms and dads, but we grew up in the city. We went to the Hazelwoods, the Parkways, and we all, like Coach Byron said, have degrees from big-time universities. So we're not playing on Sundays. We're here trying to give back to you guys. So if we can help you in the classroom, preparing for the ACT, going to the combines and letting you know what the coaches are going to look for, utilize us. I know everybody got that Uncle Harry that never played a sport of football, but he can tell you what college to go to. At some point, talk to the guys that been there and done that. We're here for you guys. So once again, thanks everybody for coming out. Drive safe and everybody have a good night.